Hello, everybody. I'm here. Wine and three is up and running. Yes. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, hold on. I screwed this up. All right, now I can hear you. I tried this microphone. Doesn't work, I think. So.
Oh, you mic'd
Oh
up?
well. I was mic'd up, but what happens is it mutes the sound. So I guess we'll scrap that. I guess I tried to go high tech and got screwed, but it happens,
Oh,
right?
well, valiant attempt. Good attempt.
Trying to improve the quality for our followers and our viewers of Wine and Three. Very dedicated
Very
bunch.
good. Yes, yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. That's
Hi.
well,
Gail.
good try.
Hey, what the hell? Give it a shot.
Yeah, that's all right. You keep tweaking it. You keep tweaking it a little bit.
I am. I am. I think I'm just going to go get a wireless mic and just do Bluetooth and then call it a day. But
Yeah, could do that.
yes, yes. Well, it's good to see you again.
Same here, sir.
Yes, yes. Long time no see.
Yeah, sure. All right.
uh, yes. So, all right. Well, let's get started.
All right. Okay.
I know people are going to join in late, but I always do my intros. I am Pete. I am the founder of Great American Nosh and some other Nosh entities where we live by the tagline Eat, Drink, and Savor. We are focusing on food, beer, and wine, education, and entertainment. As part of this, obviously, we talk about wine. And with me is Emmanuel Montevecchi, my wine guy at Total Wine in Danvers, who has been kind enough to have been consistently recommending two great wines every 2 weeks for our Wine and Three episode. It basically means we have three kind of main areas we want to focus on. It could be, the grape, the region, the producer, any kind of geek stuff, but basically it's a minimum of three, but we obviously geek out and go more than three. And I'll leave it up to Emmanuel to talk a little bit about himself, but I kind of introduced himself already, but we can also talk about the region and what we're talking about this week.
All right. Thank you, Pete. Right.
Yep.
So this what we put together here, Pete and I, we're just trying to do wine value, basically wine value, but getting away from biases from certain wine labels. So what I bring to the table, are wines that maybe a lot of people haven't heard of. I run across a lot of different wines, and I try to pick out some wines that I think Pete's gonna like, and I hope that viewers will also kind of appreciate.
Yeah.
So
Now, before I wanted to interject because
please do.
normally I get jazzed for these sessions because every 2 weeks we have something different. I'm
Yes.
actually especially jazzed about these two wines because A, I've never heard of these appellations before, and B, I've never had these grape varietals before. So I am especially jazzed about this. So thank you for picking these wines. So go ahead. I'm going to let you take the floor again. So
Sure. Well, good. I'm glad, Pete. And to tell you the truth, these are like outliers, really, in the Italian white wine world.
Mhm.
We have a small section.
Oh, your
Most places
audio
that you
went
probably
off.
go into.
I can't hear
Oh, the
you.
audio?
Oh no,
No? Hello? Hello? One,
no,
two, three? Oh,
no,
is that you again?
oh no. We'll have to
Oh,
reconnect. You want to do a
okay.
reconnect? Let's do a reconnect. All right, let's get you out of there. I'm going to reconnect you. Okay. Let's see. All right. Oh, I can't hear him though. That's the problem. Something going on here. I know my Oh, all right. Speak.
Hello, sir. Hey, Pete. I'm back here.
There we go. Now
Yeah.
you can hear it. Oh, I don't know what that happened last time we did this, where you were talking, and all of a sudden I couldn't hear you anymore.
Okay. Well, we're back. We're back online. Let's
All
continue.
right, let's continue. Let's go about Veneto. Okay.
Yeah. So, uh, Veneto.
Veneto.
I think it's So Veneto. I picked out a couple wines from that region. Okay, this is Italy, as I once said. We're focusing on basically northeast, upper Italy. Okay.
Yeah.
Where you have Venice is one of the major cities in this particular area. These wines, we have the grapes are really. There you go, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah,
you've been
that's
really
the
good
region
with
we're
that.
talking about, on the far northeastern edge of Italy. So
yeah. Once again, you have Verona in there. Verona is probably a known area, known little city in there.
Yep, Verona is like way over here. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
It's way west of Venice. Yep, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. So these two wines, have grapes that are kind of they're not common. They're not really common. As far as if we look at this one here, for example, this one here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. I'm gonna start pulling them out.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the Palencia.
Yeah, I believe it's pronounced Palanca.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. I thought there was an I there. Oh yeah, Palanca.
Oh,
Palanca.
no, it's okay. Which actually means lever. It means lever in Spanish.
Lever. Okay.
Lever.
Got it.
Yeah.
Is it lever in Spanish or lever in Italian?
It's lever in Spanish. As far as this, I believe this is a smaller area.
Okay.
In
Got
Italy.
Yep.
Where this particular wine is from the Tomasi producer. Tomasi, okay, is a pretty big producer out of Italy. Now the thing is, they're known for reds. They're known for red wines. They're Amarones, Amarone Villapolicellas. That's kind of what they're really known for.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna interject because I did some research. They started this winery in 1902.
Right.
Giacomo Tomasi, and it was the Valpolicella that you were talking about, which is known for their reds. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so in reference to this particular grape, now I had to dig a little deeper, and hopefully we can kind of share our knowledge here. We can be on point.
Yep.
I looked up, and then what I came up with was the Trebbiano. The Trebbiano, which is it's somewhat of a common white Italian grape, but I believe that's
is it Trebbiano? Is it Trebbiano? Is it that's
Trebbiano?
What Trebbiano? Yep.
Trebbiano.
Yep.
So that's what we're dealing with here with this Palanca. I believe it's primarily that grape. I don't know what other grape might be in here.
No, I think from late, as you know, these appellations have labeling standards.
Yes.
And I think to call it that appellation, 90% has to be the Trebbiano grape.
Right.
That's
you got it right. And then because this is the DOC here.
That's right.
It's got that. Yep. If you folks can see it, it's on the top. It's
let me get it.
Yeah, it's on the top right here above my.
Yeah, there's the DOC there.
There you go.
You cannot put this on your bottle unless you meet the standards of the DOC. And that DOC basically says if you want to be from Lugana, you got to put 90%. 90% of this wine has to be from Trebbiano grapes.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
And we've discussed that before in previous episodes. But once again, it's a known producer with the Italian reds. Now the other wine, other wine here, I believe it's pronounced Puderi de Carlo.
Puderi de Carlo. Yep.
Yeah, Puderi de Carlo. This one is got the Frulano grape.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, the fruit is it Friulano? Is that what it's called? Friulano?
Yeah, Friulano, I believe. Friulano. Yeah. Where?
Got it.
Yeah, this one here is. We'll get into into the properties of it, the nuances, but So those are the two areas we're kind of dealing with from
Yep.
Veneto. You got the Palanca and the Puderi de Carlo,
Yep.
the Trebbiano grape here,
Yep.
and we said Friulano.
Friulano, the Friulano grape.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to do my little notes, obviously, as part of our, actually, this is evolving as we've gone through this many times, but I like to focus on the producers and obviously the people behind it, and obviously the families and so forth.
For sure.
So as Emmanuel talked about, the Tomasi family has quite a few holdings, actually, in Italy. Basically, this thing started in 1902 in the Valpolicella. Now it's kind of the fourth generation, and when they took it over, they started buying up large parcels of land in Italy and obviously wineries and vineyards. They have 6 wineries throughout Italy, some in Tuscany, some in Puglia, some in Lombardy, and I think somewhere else. Exactly. And, believe it or not, they've actually turned it into a hospitality enterprise where it's not just about the wine, it's about restaurants and about hotels. So they've actually did the little vertical market where they're like, oh, you want to come and visit us? Sure, we'll tie you in. You stay at our hotel and we'll obviously feed you and, make sure you drink some of our wine while you're at it.
Like the French chateaus, like the chateaus, they do a lot of that as well. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So I actually was impressed. The website was, I did some research and they were really impressive. They have this thing called the Magnifica, which is it's really the biggest oak wine cask in the world. So if you go to their winery in Veneto, not everywhere else, but in Veneto, you will see that. And so that's one piece on the Palanca, the Tomasi family. Now on the Poderi de Carlo, that's the Primosic family, and from what I understand, that winery has been around since the late 1800s. That's right. Yep, exactly. Thank you very much. I got to show that for our viewers. That's been around since the late 1800s. The problem is they ran into World War I, which basically wiped out whatever they were doing. And it took them, I guess, until the 50s until they really started that winery back up. And now they obviously started marketing, things like that. And now the winery is run by the dad. His name is Silvan. I don't know how I say that in Italian, and he has sons called Marco and Boris, believe it or not. And it's actually kind of a fascinating little story there too. But anyway, so they're relatively close to each other in these regions, and I thought I'd share that with our viewers. But I obviously like to focus on the people, and I have a fascination with, second, third, fourth, with a 13th generation of wineries. So, but anyway, and now I guess we could probably start talking about these wines.
Yeah, no,
unless you have something to add that I missed. Did I miss any of that? Yeah. Okay.
No, I think you did you did a really good job.
All right.
That's what we discuss often enough with just pedigree, and just certain the family parts that are involved in the winemaking. But the Tomasi family, yes, they're pretty entrenched, especially like we said in the Valpolicellas.
Oh no, you broke up again.
Wines, but broke up.
All right. I'm gonna take him out, put him back in, guys. Don't worry, we're gonna fix this. I don't know what is going on. All right, let's do this again. All right, I know we have a little bit of a technical. For some reason, I can't hear him. I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens with our thing. So I pulled him out, put him back in. How's that? All right, speak.
Hello. 1, 2, 3.
All right. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, no, it drives me crazy when you're talking and I can't. The sound goes right out.
I know. I know. It can make things difficult.
Yep, and then I'll wrap up real quick on what I was talking about. The De Carlo, Poderi De Carlo. Carlo was the original guy that started. Carlo Primosic was the guy who started the winery. So that's the De Carlo.
Exactly.
And then the DOC is actually called the Collio, but they call it Collio. And then the DOC is Lugana, obviously for the Palanca wine. So,
Yes. And as just to spotlight this one here, it doesn't have a DOC. It doesn't have a certification.
I noticed that. But it is in the It's in the Colio. Well, it says Colio right there. Actually, right there.
It does. It does on the label. Correct. Yeah.
It doesn't a label, but it does. You're right. It doesn't. That's a geek thing, right? It doesn't have that little.
Yeah. We get on. You know, we talk about it, discuss those points. Yeah.
All right. So, as the professional in our group, and I'm the rank amateur. Which one should we start with first?
Well, I think we should start with the Puderi.
Okay, the Puderi. Got it.
Yeah.
The Puderi. All right.
So once again, the grape is Friulano, or Friulano.
Yep. Friulano. I think.
Friulano.
Friulano.
We gotta get our Italian, tighten it up a little bit.
Yeah, our Italian's awful.
I should know better, being Italian, but it's not words that I run across often, so I have to work on it.
Yeah, swirling. We're swirling. Hope everyone's swirling with us. We enjoy this. Ooh. Oh boy. Oh my God, that almost smelled like a biscuit on the way back. That was weird. Okay. Almost like it smelled like a toasted biscuit on that when I pulled it back. That's strange. All
really?
Right.
I didn't get that. I didn't get that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe I smelled that.
It's kind of it's almost like let me just put this out there. A Prosecco kind of.
Yeah. Exactly. That's
all right.
Prosecco. I might have these a little too cold. Yep. Let's do more nose here.
Yeah.
Maybe like an unripe fruit. Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Unripe. What are we thinking? Can you hone in on
maybe a pear? I don't know.
A pear? I'll go with that.
Like a green pear, like something.
What is that? Is that like a Bartlett? Is that the green ones?
Maybe a Bartlett that's not ripe yet. You know, like
an unripe Bartlett.
Yeah.
All right.
It's got that fruitiness to it, but it's not quite sweet enough to be fruity. You know what I mean? Like it's not ready yet. I don't smell any grapefruit. No gravel. I caught a little herbal there. I don't know what that was. I don't know if that was like some sort of spice. But,
okay.
Folks, I do have a little tasting wheel that helps me with this, folks. I'm learning as I go along here.
Oh, you told me about that. Now I just saw it. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're cheating.
I am. No, I'm not cheating. It's
no,
just
you're it's being smart about it. I don't have one.
Well, because I'm actually.
But I run across it all the time. I may sound. The nuances of wine, the language, all the time.
Yes, I may sound smart, but I'm really stupid. So it's like I actually do need
you're not stupid.
Yeah, wine folly. That's right.
That's not stupid.
I have to improve my wine descriptors, and it's like, yeah, that's right. From Wine Folly, I actually like Madeline. She's kind of dumbed it down enough for me to like have it make sense.
Yeah, no, Josh, yeah, absolutely. You got to use the tools. You got to use the tools available to you. That's how you get better. That's how you learn.
Yep. I'm not. All right. There's no vegetable for this.
Now let me ask you this:
Wow.
What do you think? Do you think this is going to be a lighter body or a kind of more of a fuller body?
I think this might be a fuller body. You know.
Yeah?
I do. That's my. I don't know if I got a whiff of coconut, but I'm not sure about that.
Coconut.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
You got an extra wheel? Yeah, send it to me. It's my buddy, there, Josh.
Yeah.
Right there,
Yeah.
the Spirited Bear guy, that's Josh.
Okay, good. Hey, Josh. Yeah. I'm getting maybe a little bit of time, like a mint thing going, but that's on
Really?
the edge. Yeah.
Mint, huh?
Very interesting. That's like a light straw color.
Yeah. You guys can
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna go diving in here.
Go, go.
I can't get anything on beyond the pear and maybe that hint of a mint, but
Mm,
ooh.
little almond.
Oh yeah, that nutty. It's nutty.
Yeah,
I did get the nut.
yeah.
Almond? No, it's not like walnut. It's almond, I think. It's a lot of body. It's not light. I don't think it's a light body.
No, full body. Full body.
Mm.
For the folks out there,
You
once
almost-
again, it's sorry, Pete.
Yep.
It's this one here, the Puderi. Puderi de Carlo.
Yep. Exactly.
And we're featuring wines from Vigneto. Okay?
Veneto. Yep. Northeastern
Uh,
Italy. Yep.
That's upper northeast Italy there. Verona, Venice,
Correct.
Verona, in that
Mhm.
area.
Yep. And like a lot of the European wines, there's a lot of multi-generational influence over these wines that they produce.
That's right.
Um,
That's right.
this is
Yeah, tell me how else you feel about it. What do you think?
I think it dies. It dies when it goes to the back of my throat.
Yeah?
Yeah. It. Yeah. I think it's enjoyable on the front. On the back, it just sort of disappears a little bit. It no real finish. It just sort of goes away.
It diminishes quickly.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. It just it's like
It doesn't linger.
I enjoyed it on the front end. It's like really good, and then gone. It's like whoa.
So,
Okay.
I would say that this wine, it's not balanced. It's
Yeah.
a little bit, if it doesn't have a lingering finish, if it doesn't, it has an entry, it has a middle, but the end is missing.
Yeah.
A good wine is like a story, like a good story, folks. You heard it here. A good wine is like a story.
Yeah.
It's got a good intro. It's got a middle, right? You have the conflict, and then you have the end, the conclusion, right?
Yeah. Yep. You know what? You're still spot on with the nut. That
Yeah, it's
nut is
there.
on the
It's right,
top
it's
of
right
my
in the middle.
right in the middle of my tongue, and then goes away. The body's full, but then no finish, nothing. I'm like, okay, you left me hanging.
Yeah,
Like a story that goes nowhere.
yeah, exactly. A story that has the ending. Yeah, it's not well written. Not well written.
Yeah.
This one is we're gonna be critical. We'll be critical because we can
Well-
be. We've been doing this for how many episodes have we done now, Pete? 7, 8?
Oh, well, before
What was
this,
this?
we were doing this in the store. So we were doing,
No, that's almost a separate entity. That's a separate.
That's right.
chapter.
We have all 2 minutes to do that. So basically, this has been probably our 8 to 10, either 8 or 10 episodes.
Yeah. Okay. 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the word Verona, right? So Romeo and Juliet. That's
Yeah.
right. That's the city that's discussed in Romeo
That's
and
right.
Juliet.
There you go.
That's
Right. That's
important, right, for all you thespians?
Yeah. Yeah, for all those folks, well, like everybody, we are not allowed to really travel. So for us, this wine is a nice vehicle for us to do that kind of in our imagination. And, imagine that you are in Verona or near Venice and you're drinking some wine in the country. But I do agree with Emmanuel that it's very important that wine is balanced. In this case, we're being critical about like the finish. It should have a finish, like it shouldn't just disappear. Anyway, All right, let's move on to the other one. So I'm gonna take a little glass of water, refresh my palate a little
Good
bit.
idea. Yeah, I'll do the same.
Mm. Anyway, and a trick for and Josh is a spirited beer guy. A little trick we call if you're doing some day drinking or something is between a glass of beer, wine, spirit. It's always good to have a glass of water, and that will lessen the alcohol impact. So if you are concerned about drunk driving and things like that, try to have a glass of water between each drink of wine. So
That's a
and
PCA.
actually it helps with
A little PCA
yeah
there.
yeah. It's my public
water.
service announcement.
Drink water.
Yeah.
Water hydrates. Beer does not hydrate.
Yes, right. Yeah,
Wine does not
exactly.
hydrate. Water does.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. So, all right, now let's go to this really cool bottle. We're going to talk marketing and all that stuff later because we geek out later. Palanca from the DOC Lugana, from the Tomasi family. I have some interesting things to say about this, but I can't wait. I was so impressed with their website and what they did with the hospitality piece to this, where people would travel, go to their restaurant, stay in their hotel. I can't wait. Don't let me down, Tomasi's. Don't let me down.
I know.
All right.
And now let's just so this one here, the Palanca, is this over by the little? Well, it's not little. The lake, Garda. Is this over by
Yep.
that lake there? Okay.
That is by the lake. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it's right in between the lake and the forest, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, forest or mountains or something
There's
like that.
mountains
It's kind of
and
tough in there.
there are some forests as well.
Yeah, and I didn't have enough time to take a picture of the winery over there, but
Well, I put a picture up earlier anyway of the map of Vigneto.
yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah. All right, so another kind of straw, more of a medium straw. What do you
Now-
think? Medium straw? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Now I already got some of the olfactory. You tell me what you think
Ooh.
of that. It's a little. It jumps
It's
on
in
you.
your face. Yeah, it jumps on you. It's sort of like taps you on the shoulder and smacks you in the face a little bit. Oh, what is that?
I don't know,
Oh,
but I don't know what to think about that. I don't find it necessarily pleasing. But I mean, the wine could be great. We haven't got
Yeah,
there
I'm-
yet, folks. We haven't got there yet.
Is it a lemon?
Well,
Oh, wait a minute.
okay, I'm waiting.
Is it like a basil? Maybe a basil. Like very herbal.
Could be herbal. Yeah, I get it. Maybe a little herbal.
I would say cannabis, but it's definitely not that. But it's got that.
There's no cannabis in here, Pete. You
No,
gotta believe me. You gotta believe me.
yeah, oh my, it's like a lemon basil thing going on. I that's what I'm getting, but very unique.
Okay. Yeah, that is unique. It is unique to me as well. And I've come across many wines that I've had to smell and taste, and this was a little unique.
Yeah, because I'm not. Normally I shoot for the fruit first. I'm not getting any fruit at all.
Yeah, no fruit.
No fruit at all. I don't care what their tasting notes say. I don't smell any fruit.
No, nor do I.
No, it's all like a vegetable herb thing going on.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got. I don't. There's no earth. There's no spice. Well, spices can. They call spice herb on this wheel, but I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not very inviting.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like something I would put on as a spice rub for one of my proteins, my animal proteins that I cook, right? Hey, Barb. See ya. Thanks for joining us.
There you
We're
are.
on our second wine, by the way. So, Barbie is a good friend of mine.
Oh, very nice.
I've known her since high school. So, Palanca is our second wine.
Yeah, there you are, Barbara. There
And-
you are. Okay, high school, huh? I bet
Barbie.
you got the dirt on you.
Yeah, high school. Yeah, that's a long time ago. Just for your knowledge.
Oh, okay.
So, yep. Oh, what is that? I lost the lemon, but I'm still on the basil or some variation of it. Ooh, you're right. It's not as inviting, but I've had more offensive things before, so
I'm sure.
it's okay.
I'm sure you have.
This is okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No.
let's take. I'm gonna dive in. I'm gonna dive in. So
Salud. Hmm.
oh, now we got a balance here. This is balance. When we talk about balance, we're talking about a finish. A little bit of finish on the backside here.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it.
A little bit of it.
On
Yeah.
first entry.
It's definitely got some acidity to it. Not much.
Hmm.
Yeah. It doesn't die like the other one died. The other one died on the back. This is a little bit more of a finish. I like this one.
And once again, right, Pete? The Trebbiano, right?
Yeah. Trebbiano grape.
Here
Exactly.
for the
Yep.
Palanca.
Yep. Medium body. It's not as full as the other one was. The other one had more body.
Yeah. Yeah. Full body. The other.
Yep. I don't detect a lot of alcohol either. So like, I feel like I can drink that one for like definitely during a hot summer day, which we're running out of up here in New England. But the legs are moving down, kind of medium pace. So I do this leg thing, folks. I know it's kind of a wine geek thing, but a lot of people detect alcohol by how thick the legs are and how fast they come down the glass. So they're coming down kind of a medium pace, I guess.
This one's 12.5.
Yeah, it's on the lower end, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So the previous one, the Puderi de Carlo, that's 13 and
for Derry
a half.
DeCaro.
13 and a half.
Yeah, I'm getting that acidity. Sorry, sticking my tongue out, folks, but put a more of a puckering now. Listen, this one's okay. How about that? I mean, compared to the other one, I obviously favor this one. That one's pretty obvious. I favor this one.
Okay. The thing is with this one, okay, it's vegetal, I guess, for us, for the aromatics on this one.
Yeah.
This is the Paderi. Now, I don't get a lot of, like, it doesn't have a lot of features, a lot of character, really. It kind of, like, gets in your palate, and it's kind of there and present. And it does have a finish, but it doesn't have a lot of complexity. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah, in other words, like, I'm going to go switch to that now, and if I have another sip, if I taste the same things and it's like one or two things, that's really a simple wine. So,
yeah, good idea. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So I always say for folks who are trying to, when you hear about simple and complex, every sip, if it's a complex wine, every sip is going to, something else pops up and you're like, whoa, this is really cool. Like a Barolo, for example. Oh my goodness. Like you can have 3 or 4 sips and you're like, wow, this is amazing. Like. Yeah. Just the same thing. It gone.
It's got a little acidity.
A little acidity there. Yep.
It's got a finish. Yep. I don't know. It's not It's not remarkable though.
No.
It's not. Yeah. It's not the what did we do? The last episode 2 weeks ago when we studied the Basque region. We got you on that one, Pete. The Chocolina.
Yeah, the Chocolina was actually.
Chocolina, for those people I know we're talking Italian white, and the one that I just referred to, the Chocolina, is Spanish. It's in that Basque region, which is Spanish and French. But that's something to look for, is any Chocolina.
Yes, and that Chocolina was actually very good. I actually like that. Now, of course, Emmanuel bashed me when I went to the store earlier, and he's like, "Where's the Chocolina?" And I'm like, "All right, I like to rotate through my wine." So,
That's fine.
But
I had to have.
it was a fair observation. So I will take that.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So now I'm back. I'm going back to the Palanca. Yep. These are. I think both of them are relatively simple. I think this one's the most balanced because of the finish. No aroma has changed on this. Yep. Yep. So I'm still getting that basil thing, or that like a hint of basil now. The lemon is dissipated from my aroma, my
Okay.
olfactory.
Okay. Right.
But it's definitely a vegetal.
Yeah, vegetal.
I guess
Yeah.
vegetal is probably the right word for it. You know what? It's okay. It's okay. I think as a standalone wine, I probably wouldn't drink it. But if it gets paired with food, it might evolve. I think it will. We're gonna have. I think my wife has cooking duties tonight, so she's
Okay.
making a fish. I don't know what type of fish. I have no idea what else. And she's very light in her seasoning, so
It's going to be a
think.
whitefish, though, I assume. White?
Yeah, it's either a white fish. If not, it would be a salmon, which may have a little oil, obviously
Yeah.
a little bit different,
Would
but
it be
still.
Atlantic salmon or more like Norwegian? What do you think?
Oh, it's probably Atlantic. Probably
Yeah.
Atlantic.
Farmed salmon?
Probably farm salmon.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, now and then she hits it big when she gets the wild, but you know,
Oh, yeah?
she's not a discerning shopper as I am when it comes to the fish. So
King salmon? That's kind of hard
it's a little
to find.
expensive. She would probably get
Yeah.
it. King
Okay.
salmon's probably 22 to 26 bucks a pound.
Okay. Right.
That
Makes
might
sense.
that would be above her comfort level. Let's put it that way. So
Yeah, well, that's for sure. I mean, we're about wine value, so I imagine as well as the cuisine choices, you do value there as well, right, Pete?
yeah, you're right. Exactly. Now and then you'll splurge.
Special occasions.
When salmon. Yes, when salmon is in season, obviously you like to grab it. Like halibut has been in season the last several weeks, so I've grabbed a lot more halibut lately.
Yeah.
I think this would go well with maybe a swordfish. Swordfish has got that a little bit more oil, a little bit more fat to it. I think that might go well with the swordfish.
Yeah.
But again,
Perhaps.
so folks, just to let you know, I do follow up posts on this, and like when we serve like tonight after our session here, we're gonna have our meal, and if anything changes to these observations on these wines, I'm gonna let you know, and say, you know what, as a standalone, it's probably not something you want to be drinking normally, but with as a pairing with a food or as a complement, it actually works pretty well. And I think you and I have talked about that, Emmanuel, where we're like, hey, yeah, that went well with this, or that went well with that. So it's like,
Oh, you know what? And here we are. I'm geeking out again and I'm sorry to do this, but on the wine from Gataria, the La Basse region.
Yeah.
So I was talking
Yeah.
to Nolden, and Nolden said Manchego, like Manchego, the cheese, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He said it would pair pretty well with that. That
like
was
the
his,
mint.
yeah.
It's a sheep cheese, right? So it's like
Right.
a little tang to it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Got it. All right. So I'm gonna go shift into our geek session here. So, all right. So we talk about marketing. We're gonna talk about wine value in a few minutes, but I actually love this bottle. This bottle like jumped at me, and I really, it's sort of like a weird pattern. It's really not a pattern. It's sort of like a non-pattern pattern. And the thing that actually, besides the label, that I really liked, you can't see this, but there's an etching. There's an etched glass here where I think it's maybe two people drinking a glass of wine with like a bunch of grapes in between, like a bunch of grapes. Did you see that?
Yeah. Are they walking with
Yeah.
it though? Are they walking with it?
I'm they're walking with a bunch of grapes and they're drinking or maybe they're I think they're either drinking or just like have their arms out where they're carrying a bottle, like a bunch of grapes. I
Yes,
can see that.
something like that. That's what
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, we're geeking here, but that's fascinating. I love that handiwork. I think that's pretty cool. That's a nice touch. And obviously, given what I've seen from Tomasi, I wouldn't put it past him to do something like that. I think it's actually pretty cool.
You know what? And to be honest, extrapolating on this is the fact that I've seen many bottles. I handle different bottles. I see many bottles. Thousands. I've never I don't see often this kind of thing with this.
Yeah.
It's not common. It's not common.
No, it isn't common, and obviously it adds a little bit of cost to the wine production.
Right.
Obviously, it cuts in their margin a little bit, but
Right.
I actually think it's a nice. I think it's a nice touch. I think it's
It is.
something I picked up on. Now, if you take the next bottle, again, you're looking at this and you're going, okay, my 5-year-old can probably put a yellow stripe with a black stripe together.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's simple.
It's simple, understated, but not something that would jump out at it. And a lot of us do buy by label. Again, happens to all of us. It's not uncommon. But not something you grab off the shelf and like, hey, I want to grab that because of the label. No, you're grabbing it because you like the producer, you like the region, you like the grape. It's a very, very kind of understated, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we've carried the Puderi, the Carlo. We've had this wine at the shop for a while now. I don't know.
Okay.
Over a year at least. Now the other one, I chose the other one, the Palanca. One reason was because it was the Tomasi family. And I know a lot of people know Tomasi family. As we said, repeating once again, to do full circle, they do a lot of Amarones, they do Villa Policellas.
Yeah.
And that's the area there from Veneto that those wines are the most prolific wines that come out of that area. So Palanca just came in like a week ago.
Yeah.
And there's also a red one as well. Obviously, they put one of those. It's an Amarone, I believe. But in any case, and it's got
the Amarone is Amarone's a pretty expensive wine.
It can be,
Yeah, it can be. And then let folks know this is sort of our last episode of Summer White Wines. And Manuel's fine enough.
It was a good ride. It was a good ride with the white wines, but we got to get back to the power, the bold.
The power of the red, yes, exactly. So as we know, like in 2 weeks, the summer's officially over. It's going to be fall. So now we're going to go jumping into the reds, and I can't wait to try the reds. We had our first Rumble in Red last night, so I'm actually getting geared up for the reds. Getting geared up for the reds again. I'm actually excited. That bottle of what did I have? That bottle of Vitro.
Vitro. Yeah, you had the Super Tuscan.
It was gone. It didn't last
it's all of. Very good.
It was gone in 2 hours. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and that's under $20. That one there. Considered like baby Sassicaia. That's what Nolden says. You got Sangiovese, Cabernet Merlot. That's what, and it's a Super Tuscan, as we call it, Super Tuscan in this country. That in vitro, it's not in Italy. They don't call it Super Tuscan. They don't call it that. But
Yeah. Well, it's sort of like they use in European blends, obviously in Italy. Talk about that. So let's jump to wine value. So folks, if you're new to this episode, me and Emmanuel have always featured wines that are sub $25 a bottle, and we've come up with some great ones. These wines, again, sub 25 a bottle. I think we're talking sub 20, right?
Yeah,
sub 20, right?
I think the Palanca, right? I think that's at 20, right around there. I believe. The other,
that's around 20. Yeah, you're right. 21,
right there.
Yep.
And then this one, I think this is a little bit less cost.
That's right.
Was it exactly? I don't know, like 15 maybe, right around there, maybe a little less. Yeah,
exactly. So again, again, we were a little critical on these wines, but you know what? I think when I try them with food, we'll see how they pair. But I think Emmanuel and I are in consensus that the Palanca sort of won this sort of matchup. We don't really match them up that much, other than when we do some blind tastings. And we did geek out a little bit. We didn't even talk about punts. So, folks, a punt is this little indention on the bottom. And Emmanuel and I obviously geek out about these punts. And, you know, in olden times, the glass blowers actually created these indentions, obviously, from their process. Now, these days, you don't need to do that, right?
There you go.
Yeah, see that? Yeah, there you go. That's a good deal.
That's it. That's a good image.
They don't. Yeah, exactly. So in today's glass manufacturing, they don't need to have that. That doesn't happen anymore unless they want it to happen. So for sommeliers, love does these little punts because they can hold the bottle like this while they're showing you the label while they're pouring it. So,
right. So the heat from the hands the heat from the hand is not applied to the bottle. That's the reason, right? Too. You know.
Yeah, exactly. So they're not heating the bottle up while they're pouring it. So they're just sort of like pouring it like that. And so this one's got a pretty deep punt, actually, that Poderi. And then we'll talk about the Palanca. Ooh, that's a pretty hefty one too. You know, I can pour that.
I think it's similar. It's kind of similar in.
Of course, I just poured wine all over myself. This is live TV, folks. There's no editing, so
we said water.
I just poured wine all over myself. Oh my goodness.
Are you okay? Well, it's the last.
Not the first.
White. You got to go out in a hurrah. You know, it's the last white episode of wine.
And of course, I spill the wine that I actually like, that I really. All right. Typical. Live TV, folks. That's the best part about it. There's no scripting. Saturday night party time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to kind of wrap things up. We're about 45-minute mark, and I don't know if I didn't see any Q&A. But just to wrap things up, Manuel was kind enough to introduce us to some white wines from Italian region of Veneto. We have two DOCs that we talked about, Lugana and Collio. Very interesting families from both of those wines. And I think Emmanuel and I are kind of centered around the Palanca, which I think had a little bit more balance and obviously had a finish to it. And I will leave the rest to Emmanuel, and then we'll end this session. Emmanuel, if you have anything to say, please do, and we'll go on from here.
Sure. So, featuring these two wines, these Italian whites. It's not a very popular varietal per se. I mean, I think it's, Italy is really known for a lot of reds, the Barolos, the Brunellos. We talked about Amarones from the Tomasi family, which this one here is from the Tomasi family. The Palanca, which won out tonight for this is the other one we did for the little tasting we just did.
Yep, exactly.
And we're done with featuring white wines from different areas. We're gonna go forward in 2 weeks, and we'll discuss some reds. I'm thinking, you know what? I think we'll bring it back to maybe we'll go Napa. We'll just go back to Napa. I mean, Napa's it's always on the map, and people want to hear more.
Napa's
about Napa.
Definitely on the map for some reds. I'm happy to explore some Napa. Let's stick to this country for a little bit, and we'll see where it takes us. But thank you, everybody, for joining us on this episode of Wine and Three. Thank you, Emmanuel, for picking out two great wines for us to explore and talk about.
Very good.
And I will talk to you soon. Bye, folks.
All right.
Salud.
Take care.